Alright, so hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and today I want to talk about another one of the new Arbitration mods, and this time around it's gonna be Cautious Shot, which you can buy for 15 Vitus Essence from the Arbitration Honors NPC you can find in the Arbiter of Hex's room on any of the relays. Now the idea behind this mod is pretty straightforward. It just makes you take 90% less self-damage, but it also makes you deal 15% less damage in return. I originally thought this was actually gonna be a Warframe mod, but it turns out it's not. It's a weapon mod, and more specifically a rifle mod, so you can't use it on secondary weapons, shotguns, or even the lens. The only weapons you can use this on are the Javelok, Ogris, Penta, Scourge, Tonkor, Zar, and the Ignis. And that's just stupid, I'm sorry, but the secondary and shotgun thing is bad enough, but you will let me put this on the Ignis, but not the lens? What? So yeah, the fact that you can't put this on something like the Angstrom or the Coalstar, both of which do insane amounts of self-damage, is pretty bad. The mod does do what it says on the tin though. It makes explosive weapons, the ones you can actually equip it on that is, far less dangerous, but it's not completely foolproof, because if you have a really juiced up explosive weapon, if you for example have a Riven for it, and you fire it with something like Loki, yeah, you're still gonna one-shot yourself. But at what cost? Because you see, not being able to equip this on secondary shotguns or the lens isn't the only issue with it being a weapon specific mod, because that 15% less damage multiplier then stacks on top of the fact that you are also losing a mod slot. The damage difference is quite staggering, and I have 3 specific examples of how much it actually affects the damage on my builds. And the examples I have here are on the Zar, where I'm normally running 3 dual stat mods, the Tonkor, where I'm running 3 90% elementals, and the Secura Penta, where I'm running 2 dual stat mods and 1 90% elemental. And I replaced a dual stat mod on the Zar and a 90% elemental on both the Tonkor and the Secura Penta. So my Zar lost roughly 1500 damage and some status chance, my Tonkor lost roughly 4200 damage, and finally my Secura Penta lost about 2300 damage. This, by the way, is just raw damage per hit. It does not take into account crit chance and crit multiplier. So yeah, while the mod does make the weapons you can actually equip it on much safer, and you're not very likely to one-shot yourself with them on most frames, it also makes them significantly weaker. So the way I see it is that this mod can be worth it, but you must A, really like explosive weapons, B, really hate the self-damage that comes with explosive weapons, and C, you don't really mind not doing high-end content. Then it's actually alright, and you might want to pick it up if all you want to do is just fuff around the star chart, maybe do nightmare missions and fissure missions here and there. But if you want to do big deeps, which is something you might want to do with explosive weapons because they come with an extraordinary amount of base damage, this is probably not the mod for you. I think it would have been better if the mod just straight up removed the self-damage the weapon does, because that way you could at least use it on all frames, not just ones that are at least kind of tanky. I really think the loss of damage is enough of a downside, maybe even too much of a downside on its own. So personally, I think Cautious Shot is a bit of a dud. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say, so I thank you very much for watching. As always guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.